The movie begins in the 22nd century, the year of the dragon. It is said that those who get into the white space are cleansed of all impurities, both mind and body. There is no disease or suffering on that side, only absolute clarity. But if one wishes to get to the white space, they have to face its celestial guardian, Ten Lung. But Richard doesn't want to enter the white space. He only seeks revenge. A couple of years ago, Richard's father died on duty, destroyed by Ten Lung while trying to get to the white space.
Paging beacon.
24 years later, Ambercore, a fishing and mining company, claims to offer parasite-free food from the deep cosmos, specializing in clicker and celebelline ambergris. In a restaurant, Richard negotiates with a man who reveals that all celebelline ambergris is bug-infected and deadly. He hands Richard a map of Ten Lung sightings and promises a fortune if Richard takes it down. Outside the restaurant, an ICE officer stands at a distance studying the guard's profile while spying on Richard. The guard sees the officer and informs his boss that Richard came here with an ICE officer, and they end up getting into an altercation. Richard fights off everyone in the restaurant, including the boss, who was bitten by one of the bugs. Lynn, the officer who was watching over the restaurant, leaves the area after watching Richard come out.
Interstellar Conservation Enforcement.
Lynn, an ICE officer, sneaks onto Essex, a fishing and mining ship disguised as a fishing escort. Her records in the ice are wiped clean in case anyone gets suspicious, and digs deeper into who she is. Her colleagues are worried about her cover, but they let her go since she thinks that getting into the white space will cure her.
Do you think going into white space could cure her?
She thinks so.
Richard and his younger brother Owen walk to the door to meet their new fishing escort while making assumptions that it's probably going to be a man with funny hair. When they open the door, they are surprised. To their surprise, it is a young woman. She boards the ship and is greeted sternly by Richard, while his brother Owen shows interest and gives her a tour. The 7-member crew includes Richard, Owen, Stubbs the mechanic, Rag the pilot, Batali the cook, who warns her off, Batali's boyfriend Harpo, and an old sailor who once worked with Richard's father.
Fishing escort.
Stay away from my pots, my pan, and my man.
Our pilot, Ragslin. Rags, this is our escort, Lynn. Neanderthal is Harpo.
After the introduction, Lynn gets to her room and scans her medical record, which says she has a tumor and has 4 to 6 months to live.
Accessing medical records.
Her colleague from ICE informs her about the background of everyone on the ship. Most of them have criminal records and other issues, so he tells her to be careful.
Here's a download on the crew members. You got a real circus act out there.
Owen, the old man, and Harpo go out to space to fish for celebelline. They get lucky and collect clickers. After they collected plenty of clickers, one of them seemed to get away, so Owen chases it. But as he is out in space, there is a bright light in front of him. Owen becomes unconscious and his team tries to get in touch with him, but they couldn't believe what was right in front of them. Ten Lung. They manage to save Owen and return to the ship as Ten Lung disappears into the white space. Over a meal, Lynn warns that several ships have gone missing, possibly due to Ten Lung. The crew laughs, correcting her that the celestial dragon's name is Tien Lung. They argue the disappearances have other causes or that Ten Lung may already have been caught and sold, but Lynn insists the ships likely vanished into white space.
Series called Ten Lung.
They probably bagged it, tagged it, and sold it to the highest bidder.
The crew disagreed with her, but she kept on telling them her theories, trying to convince them. Despite her several tries, they didn't take her seriously and started celebrating. She then suggests that they can double their load if they track the ambergris that the celebellines secrete because the clickers follow them. Some of the team members agreed to the idea, but the captain dismissed it.
Looks like we're taking you home, Miss Navarro.
Harpo questions why they're heading home instead of chasing Lynn's idea, but Richard dismisses the belief in a space dragon, convincing Harpo. That night, Lynn secretly slips into the control room and sends a message to her colleagues unnoticed.
We got a big payday out there. Why in the hell are we going home?
Richard is in his room looking at old videos of his father talking about his journey to find Ten Lung. Richard reminisces about the time with his father when he was younger.
Even Ten Lung. He's,
Richard then receives a message from Rag, the pilot, that they have an incoming small ship that's heading towards them. They try to lose the ship, but the ship catches up to them. It was a pirate ship called Boomers, and they're here to steal what they collected. Richard decided not to run away from the Boomers, as they would catch them eventually, and decided to let them take everything. The boomers get to the ship and take every last bit of the clickers and even the food they had. The leader of the pirates sees Lynn's badge and exposes her for being an ICE officer. The crew is angry to find the news that Lynn has lied to them and is an ICE officer, so they lock her up in her room.
What the fuck is an ICE agent doing on my ship?
Are you gonna help him?
The pirates tagged the ship before they left so that they could track it when sending a transmission anywhere. Richard proposes to go for the grand prize and return to hunt Ten Lung, or they will return home empty-handed. Richard persuades everyone by telling them that if they do this, they will have money to enjoy the rest of their lives as they wanted. The crew finally agrees to go with the captain's idea.
All right. But if we do this, we gotta get some clicks, or we're gonna starve.
Owen visits Lynn, who admits she joined because this ship is headed toward Ten Lung's rumored location. He then discovers Richard's true motive is revenge for their father's death, not money, and confronts him, demanding he tell the crew the real reason for their mission.
This is the one that killed Dad. Don't you want this thing dead?
The crew didn't sign up for this.
While they're arguing, an ambergris is thrown on their ship. Owen suggests that they collect the ambergris and head home because it's worth more than they lost, but Richard refuses to go home soon.
It's leaving a trail for us to follow.
Owen, Harpo, and the old man go out to space to collect the ambergris, but they realize that the boomers are following them. Richard demands that everyone return to the ship with what they have collected. The boomers start firing at the ship, and the Essex starts attacking the boomers' ship while Harpo is out there. Eventually, the destroyer destroyed one of the boomers' ships.
What the fuck?
Harpo returns to the ship mad at Richard for opening fire while he's still out there, and they get into a fight.
Or you'll be joining Miss Navarro. Hey!
Richard tells the team they have pissed off the boomers and they better prepare for their return. Stubbs is locking up the room where they keep the clickers when he sees a bug on his hand. The bug bites him and starts crawling up his body. Everyone is at the table for dinner, and they notice that Stubbs are missing, but they didn't think much of it since they all had a long day. Meanwhile, Stubbs is in the shower trying to clean himself from the bugs, but it was already too late as his body was crawling with bugs. Batali tells Harpo that she's expecting his child and that it's been 3 months, but Harpo didn't seem too happy about it, as raising a child requires money, and they didn't have much. Lynn accuses Richard of hunting Ten Lung. He admits it's for revenge. She needs it to reach white space, but he warns her not to interfere, revealing ICE can't track her. Lynn insists he's endangering the crew.
And your crew down with you.
My crew's got nothing to do with this.
Harpo comes up with an idea to steal the ambergris and get out of here to start new lives for their baby, but Batali is scared of getting caught. Harpo finally convinces her to do it for their future baby.
Look, technically it's ours, right?
What if they find out?
Stubbs is only at the other side of the ship, and the bug bites seem to have driven him crazy. He is hearing voices and acting crazy. Lynn escapes from her room and tampers with the ship's oxygen, but she is caught by Harpo. He locks her up in a room and informs Richard what had happened.
What the fuck?
Batali comes to the room where Lynn is kept to give her some food, and Lynn begs her to help her, but Batali tells her she is just a cook and that she wants to go home as much as she does.
I will make sure you walk away from this. Let go.
Stubbs is crawling the ship infected by those bugs, which have turned him paranoid and made him act crazy. Richard learns Harpo, not Lynn, tampered with the oxygen. The old man suggests he was desperate to get home. With Stubbs missing, Richard and the old man search the ship for him. Lynn is locked inside the room where they kept the clickers, and she sees a clicker escaping and crawling towards her. She tries throwing things to scare it away, but it is coming up to her. Richard comes at the perfect time and saves her from the clicker.
Come on,
They escape together and kill the clicker. After the incident, Owen suggested they can't lock her up any longer. Richard tells him she is his responsibility from now on, so he should look after her. Owen asks Richard to drop all of this and return home, but Richard refuses to give up without getting his revenge. Harpo and Rag have been having an affair behind Batali's back, and Harpo suggests to Rag that they should leave the ship, but Rag refuses to give her back to Richard, who gave her a chance as a young pilot. Owen decided to go out to space on his own to kill Ten Lung and request assistance. The boomers heard the transmission and took it as a sign to make a move to catch them. Tenlung finally shows up and starts disrupting the ship. As Richard plans to attack Tenlung, it seems that Owen is outside facing Tenlung.
Strength.
Owen, what the hell are you doing?
I'm ending this.
Owen starts attacking Tenlung by himself. Harpo and the old man came to assist him, but he didn't allow them, claiming it was his fight. Finally, Owen goes down after an attack by Tenlung, and they can't reach him. Richard beats Lynn when she turns off the system before he can shoot Tenlung. And before he can save him, Owen gets taken down by Tenlung and disappears. Richard gets an emotional shock after his brother's death, and Harpo conspires with Rag to leave the ship immediately, leaving everyone behind, just the three of them, him, Batali, and her. He convinces her to take action and tells her that his girlfriend is pregnant. Richard decides to put an end to this in return. Richard, Lynn, and the old man decide to look for Stubbs to fix things so they can return home. They suspect that he might be infected and send Lynn to check what's going on. The boomer's ship returns and starts attacking the ship before getting swallowed into the white space. Lynn finally locates Stubbs, but he tries to kill her. He is not himself anymore. He runs away after getting injured and attacks Rag by stabbing her when she least expects it. On the other hand, the old man and Richard decide to kill Tenlung once and for all and send Richard out to space. Richard needed assistance out in space, so the old man headed to get a spacesuit. Stubbs continues attacking people and again stabs Batali brutally. Lynn fights him off and finally kills him with the help of Batali. Harpo went to steal the spacesuits but saw that it was already taken, so he fought with the old man for the last suit. The old man kills Harpo and gets outside. After getting outside, he sees that Richard has fallen and the ship gets destroyed.
It's just you and me.
Lynn gets into a vessel as the ship gets destroyed, and the whole ship gets into the white space as it opens up. Later at the white space, they receive multiple life readings of people who were on the ship that are now inside the white space and alive.
Correct. Intercepting for collection.